Hi Minu, hope you're doing well. So this is going to be our first training out of a couple of trainings that we're going to be doing in order to teach you about the processes that we have here in our business and basically, improving and teaching new skills that you're going to have and obviously turning you into a real estate expert in the Los Angeles area. So the first thing that we're going to be doing here, this training is going to be basically looking at the MLS, which is the multiple listing service where all the real estate is marketed in the area here, and just going through the information and doing data entry into our Excel format. And the reason why we do that is because it's very hard for me every day to basically go through and do research on every single property. So whenever you put these properties into Excel, I can just kind of skim them and see which one has the best opportunity. And from there, whenever I see it has a good opportunity, then I can basically just input the information, see which one might work, and kind of just more quickly do analysis rather than going through each one individually. So this is going to be a very important thing. We're going to do this every day or every 2 days. So right now I'm in your email. See, it's Minu, ready, R-E-I-V-A @gmail.com. That's ready, R-E-I-V-A @gmail.com. Ready REI is the name of our company. Also the name of our company is Reliable House Buyers. That's another name for the company. This is going to be one of the folders that you're going to use, ready, R-E-I-V-A. It has some old files that aren't necessary, but mostly your passwords for all the accounts that you're going to be using and all that kind of stuff is going to be in there. So that's important to note. For this process, the Excel sheet is actually in here. It's called Hemla and Homa Properties. And this is also shared with you. So we could just go in there and we can open this up. Okay, so first thing you're going to see here is there's a bunch of stuff here that we've done before, and we've looked through these properties before and all this kind of stuff. So what we usually do is we scroll all the way down to where we stop seeing that. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We scroll down. What I usually do so that I don't get confused is I color coordinate these back and forth, so showing that they're different properties. This is part of the same thing, so I will also color this. Okay, so this is part of the process. What you're going to do each day is first, after, let's say, the properties that we've done the day before, you go here, you click over here on the left side to click on the row, and then you're going to color it like, I think it's like this color. No, it's something different. Hold on. This color? Yeah. Okay, so you're going to color it like this. So this brown color just shows that there's a break in the line, meaning that this is a new day's work. Okay, and you're going to put in the date for today, which is 10/17, so I know what day everything's been worked on. And this is what we're going to be doing, okay? Each day you receive an email called Hemla New Daily Properties. These are properties that we're looking for one of our clients that is looking to buy investment houses. So these come in. So let's do October 15th, right? So this is 2 days ago. We're going to do this. All right? So we're going to click on these and go in. And once we're inside, what we want to do, I think there's only one property here today, which is interesting. But we'll start with this one and maybe we'll do another one to kind of show more examples. So first thing that we're going to do here is we look at this property here. This is the property that we're going to be doing information on. Okay, usually what I want to do is I want to look at houses between the prices of, $200,000. Excuse me, $200,000 and like $700,000, or $650,000. I really don't want to go up higher than $650,000 because at that point I'm not going to be interested in the properties anymore. So only look at those houses that have that range. Okay, so this is within the range. and we click on this, and we get a bunch of information. Okay? We can see a lot of info on the property, which is what we want to see. So, information on this house. Okay? This is where we're going to enter this information into this right here. Properties from MLS. Okay, so first thing we're going to do obviously is take this, which is going to be, we're going to copy this, we're going to put this in here because that's the address. Okay, what city is this in? Let's find out. It's in Los Angeles. So I write LA. These numbers here, the number of units, is depending whether it's a single family house, meaning that it's just one home that one family can live in, or if it's a multi-family property, meaning that there's different units inside the house, right? Like a apartment building with two different families can live in there, or 4 different families can live in there. Those are called multi-families. Okay, this is how you know a house is a multi-family, is because it's going to have the unit 1, unit 2. So this is how you know it's a multi-family. Okay, so there's 2 units, right? Unit 1, unit 2. So we're going to put in here 2 units. Okay. Breakdown of units. Breakdown of units means basically, okay, let's say you have 2 units, meaning 2 different sets of houses. Is it, is each house 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom? Is it 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom? Is it 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms? There's a lot of different qualifications or different setups that these units can have, so we always want to write that down. So here, this one, unit 1, is a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Okay, we're going to write that in there. 2-1, or slash, I should say 1. This one is a 1-1. So we're going to put that there too. And usually at this point what I'll do is, because I know that the amount of units, I know that my work is only going to go down to 2 columns. If it's a single family, it usually only stays on 1 column because you don't have multiple units. But 2 units, you're going to have different. So usually what I'll do right now is I'll just take these 2, once I know how many, and then I'll just color it just so I can, again, it's easier whenever you change alternating colors, so I can basically see what's what. So I can know, okay, this whole thing is 1 property. This one thing is another property. So it just makes it easier. Square footage. Square foot. Let's put that in there too. 1384. Okay. Listing price. That's the property, the price that's listed for. Right? This is listed for $399,000. Okay, so put that in there. Okay, actual rent and projected rent. Before we go into this, what I want to do first is I really want to look at some of the information here. So it's always important, and this is the way that you're going to learn about these properties, is the remarks. Grade 2 houses on 1 lot. Both are tenant occupied. Front house is a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Okay, so basically this just means there's 2 houses or 2 units on the same lot. 2 different families can live in this thing. Both are tenant occupied. I mean, they're people that live in the house right now. Front house is a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Updated paint and carpet. The back house is a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Tenants will remain. Great property. Okay, so this is kind of regular information, but it's always important to look at this info because we always want to know as much as we can about the property. The stuff that's already there isn't that important. 2 houses on 1 lot, I know that. Front house is a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. I know that from here. Back house is a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I know that from here. Updated paint and carpet is information that we want to know. It's a short sale is something we want to know. Tenant occupied is something that we want to know. We want to know kind of what's going on with the property in general. So just kind of take a look at this. You're going to learn these terms and kind of get better at this as we go on. But I'll show you exactly where we're going to put this information in a little bit later. Also, it's very important that you want to look at the house. Okay? And over time of looking at a bunch of houses, you're going to start to understand what the quality is of the house. So let's look at this one. Okay. There aren't that many pictures, but you can tell that this house is livable condition, but it's not like the nicest, newest condition that you can have, but it's livable. I mean, it looks clean, it looks good, it looks new, but I can tell that some of these things are not, they did carpet and whatever, but you can tell that some of the things are probably not to the nicest houses, that you're going to find the most updated granite countertops, marble flooring, all those kinds of things. But it's good livable condition, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for something that's going to be a good condition for them to live in. Okay? So that's always important to look at. Let's go back to what we were doing here before we move on. Actual rent, projected rent. What that actually means. And sometimes they kind of mess these things up. Sometimes they'll put the projected rent, meaning what they think the amount is going to make. Sometimes they'll only put the actual rent of what it makes. So whatever it is, you just want to put in this information. Okay? Right now we only have the actual rent, so we're going to only put in those. Obviously we don't have this one, because that's kind of what they put in. So let's put in those numbers. So 1404 and 572. So that's what the amount the property is currently owning. We don't have much more information. Okay, so on this I'll write 0 and 0 because I don't have projected rent. What we want to do here, this is probably the most important piece that we have, is we want to basically add these two numbers. Okay, we want to add these two numbers. So let's go to a calculator. 1404 plus 572. Oops, I did times. That was my fault. How do I clear this? Okay. 1404 plus 572. Much better. Okay, 1976. Okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to type the equation equal, what was it? 1976 divided by this number here, the listing price. Okay? And then I'll explain to you why we do that in a second. So that comes out to this number. What I didn't do here and what you should do is just highlight over here, go to format, go to number, and you just want to do percent. Okay? So 50%. So what we usually look for with these properties, and this is probably the biggest part about it, is that we are looking for more of a return on investment. That's what ROI means. Meaning that the amount that we're going to be making per month, or whoever's going to buy this property that we're going to sell it to, the amount that they're going to be making a month, we want it to be as close to as possible as 1% of the listing price. And that's a really good investment. That's what that means. That's what most people look for in the real estate industry. So this is 50%. It's not that good. Okay, this one was like 76%, but it was projected rent. Whatever. The point is that you're just going to put in these numbers, and it gives me something to start off of and look at, so I can see, like, this is a waste of time. This is something I would look at. This one maybe I would look at. This one I wouldn't look at. So that's why we look at these. It just makes it easier for me to just track the information very quickly. Okay, so another thing, if you have both the actual rent and the projected rent, only do the projected rent, add those numbers, and then do it divided by the listing price. Why? Is because sometimes what the property is actually making right now is a lot less than what it could be making with the right parameters, with maybe a little bit of work put into it. So we want to see the potential of the property. So always put the projected rent if you have that one more so, but we also want to see what it's currently earning too. So we want both of these things. Okay, for who doesn't matter, you can just skip that, not important. Then we're going to go to agent. Let's go. Oh, see, okay. This is what was actually something that was important that I forgot about that I wanted to do. Okay, so here's what we're going to do from now on. Rather than clicking on the email, you can do a lot of the work initially from clicking on the email. Next, what we're going to do is go to the MLS.com. Wonderful. This is where you're actually going to be learning how to basically do all of the in-depth research as we learned. So the password for this is inside of your VA Google Google Sheet or Google Doc, Google folder, whatever. I'm forgetting the name right now. Sorry. Oops. So it's in there for you, the password that you can basically go in and utilize it. Okay. So you're going to enter into the MLS from here. I don't know what this is. And from here, we're going to just, you only copy this part of it, just this. So copy, and then you're going to paste it, and then you're going to click search. Okay? And it always opens up a new web page. Why? I don't know. I wish it didn't. Okay, so this is the property that you're going to see. This is the property right now. It's active, which is good. If you saw like a blue P for pending, that means that somebody else already submitted an offer to them. So that's something that I would want to know. But most often they're going to be active because they were just, these properties were just listed a day or two ago. You know what I mean? So you're going to click on the MLS number right here. Okay, same property. See that? We have a few other things with this. So we have the agent remarks. Okay, so the agent remarks are things that only agents can see by having access to the MLS. So this is why, if there's any other important information, it would be here. Okay, so this is also why we do want to go into the MLS to look at more of the information. Okay, so please do not disturb the tenant's property is a drive-by only. Okay, I already assumed that because it says both are tenant occupied. Offer subject to interior inspection, not, that's something I would know. Please text 661-619-3893 or email this for questions. This is important information that we want to put in the notes too. Okay, because that is specific to the way that I'm going to contact them. This is something that you want to add or just copy paste it into the notes. But regardless, here's what we're going to do is you're going to go down here, you're going to copy the person's name. Okay, so I control C it. I go to here. I go back to our little thing and then I paste it here. Okay, so now the name is here. And then I also want to put that phone number. Sorry, it was here. I want to put that phone number 3983. Okay, so right now that's their phone number. This is their cell number. I think they put the same. Always give me the cell number, if anything. So you always want to give me the cell number because that's where most people are most of their days on their cell phone. Okay, so contacted, you're not going to write anything. Good, you're not going to write anything because that's my own notes. Okay, in notes, this is where you're going to put all the information that we were talking about before. So let's go here and take a look at the property. Okay, first thing is tenant occupied. Okay, we can copy that. Put that into the notes here. Both are tenant occupied. Let's find some other stuff. Updated paint and carpet is important. Let's copy that. And then tenants will remain is important too, but I won't put that in right now. Please text or email. This is how they want to be contacted. So we're going to copy this in the notes too so that I know, hey Josh, don't call them. Make sure to just email them or text them. So we're going to do that. To make this not so messy, just click here inside that box because it goes like along like this. And then go to format, text wrapping, wrap. Boom. So that's format, text wrapping, wrap. And then it just kind of closes everything up into a nice place. And that is basically it. So this is going to be the process that we're going to be doing for our properties. And we're going to be doing this every day or every 2 days. I think what we're going to start is by doing, I'm going to have you do the properties for the 16th and the 17th, which I think you should have the 17th because you're a day ahead of me. So with that, we'll be good to go. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Slack. I'll be available or can help you out. But we just want to see that over this week that we see some improvement in this and that we're doing the right things. Another thing is that you want to probably look at is if you look at the property and you're looking at like the condition, for example. You know, you want to, if you see the property is really bad, you want to maybe write in the notes bad condition, you know, so that we know that, hey, this property really has problems, like it looks disgusting or whatever. So that's something to pay attention to as well, but over time you'll learn that. I'm not too worried about that right now. All right, Minu, thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.